Da-na-na-na-na. Da-na-na-na-na. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Ghostbusters! Hello, everyone! Welcome to Brony Not Brony. I am Springheart the Llama.
And I am Sad and Stitch.
Ah, yes, you remembered excellently. Great. I am off to a great start. And this is our podcast, where one of us is a brony and one of us hates the show with a fiery passion. And if you're new to the show, that's what we're all about. And please note that we're in a new space, so there might be some cool beep beep honk honk noises from the street down below. And also, just take a little note that we're changing up the formula because we would like to actually have a conversation with each other and not go through the episode of like, this is what happened next, and this is what happened, and that's what happened. And because it's really boring pod to listen to. And
it's also a little hard to talk through.
Yeah, very hard. So we've learned, we've grown, and we're gonna talk about one of my favorite characters in the show, a Trixie.
I have opinions.
I have so many quacking opinions. We're gonna try and keep this PG because YouTube algorithm sucks. So yeah, this is the episode where Trixie, the Great and Powerful, is introduced.
So just so we're clear, so tricks are magic.
Okay, this is the worst setup I've ever had for an episode. Like, the whole world is like, magic is cool, but stage magic apparently is the devil's work. And you take that stuff out of our tiny town that's close to the capital. We don't want that quacking stuff here. How dare you boast and talk like a stage pony before us?
I'm sorry, have they never seen a show ever? Like, this is basic pyrotechnics. Like, first of all, by the way, I hope she talked to the fire marshal of the town beforehand. The proper safety procedures in place, because you don't mess around with that stuff, okay? No. But yeah, she's putting on a show. Of course she's gonna be, like, boastful and stuff.
She's on a stage, guys! Like, how dare you put on a free... Did you guys pay admission? She's basically putting on a free show right now. And you guys are, how dare you entertain me?
Like I'm assuming she's putting on kind of like a sampler thing. And then being like, come see my great, awesome show where you will pay admission so I can, like, earn a living for my hay smoothies?
Hay smoothies, those sounds...
What do you put in a smoothie?
Nasty stuff.
But to make hay like a liquid. Like, it's dry.
I honestly don't know. Just the thought of it makes me gag, okay?
I have serious cuisine questions for this entire world.
Welcome to My Little Pony Cuisine Edition. Nasty shit. I don't need it in my life. They're just not having her whole stage presence, and it makes Twilight, like, really uncomfortable. Because apparently Twilight is, like, the big banana in this town, and...
Because most unicorns only have magic on their specific, like, area of
ability.
Expertise.
Yeah.
But her thing is, like, magic. Therefore, it's like, I'm super OP because I have magic as my magical butt ability.
So if your butt tattoo is just like, I sew stuff, then you just sew stuff. But if your butt tattoo has some, like, razzle-dazzle, like, stars and glitter and stuff, it's like, oh, you can do all magic. You're, like, the OP unicorn, basically. Also, if your name is, like, you know, Star Swirled, the bearded, like, oh, man, you're gonna be able to go far, my friend.
So you really need to choose your child's name,
yeah,
like, very carefully.
Very carefully.
And somehow know what they're going to develop into being.
Yeah, it's a make or break, basically.
So Trixie's parents were actually very smart. They're like, we want our child to have a future. We're literally going to name her Magic.
Yeah, pretty much. Also, something that was really bothering me this entire episode is if you watch... I can't believe I'm going to say this. There's going to be some content creators going to be like, yeah, you're going to talk about this. If you look at Twilight's rump, there's just a dot where her tail, the edge of her, the tail vector, it just pops out, and it's just this, like, dot. And so every time she moves her butt, as she walks, there's like this is dot that pops out of the line. It's really annoying looking. It drives.
Okay, only someone who like does pony art.
Only
would
someone
know
who
this.
draws vectors would notice this. It drives me insane, and I can't unsee it. Also, her ass does this weird dimple thing sometimes on certain angles, and I don't know what it is. How is your bum doing what it's doing? That's unnatural.
No, she does like
She's magical?
No, I was gonna say she does like the squats. That's the word. She does squats.
Yeah, okay. Well,
Your butt will do magical things if you do squats. Not gonna lie, it's true.
Yeah, so a cooler unicorn comes to town and everyone is not having it. I love that that's the thing. It's like, oh, how dare a cooler unicorn come to town?
You're not from Ponyville. You can't be cooler than us.
We threw a party for this unicorn.
And apparently they're called Pony Villains, which I heard as Pony Villains. And I'm like, yes, because you force your friendship on newcomers, unless
they
they're
build
putting on a show.
Yeah.
Why?
And I love that the only reason Rainbow Dash was upset is because someone else was boasting.
Yeah! No, Rainbow Dash is like, that's my shtick. Like, literally, that's my thing. And then shows off. And I'm like, you can't handle someone being remotely like you?
You can't have a friend?
Just bring that hippogriff back and the three of you will have grand old time.
Yeah, you could you could all wear sunglasses and like walk down main street together. Like Mean Girls or something.
Yeah, no, 100% they could do that.
Someone make a video or
Someone
art.
draw this for me, please.
Yes.
That is pony art I can get behind.
Look at
The Beep Squad.
the Beep Squad.
Because I can't say the words I want to say.
So basically, Trixie is just like, someone prove that you are better than me, foolish pony villains. I can't believe they're called villains. I've never caught that.
It's beautiful.
It's so stupid. And this
I know,
is someone
right?
who loves the show. And everyone tries to better her, but she, of course, does her like...
See, Rarity is the one who went about it the right way. She's like, no, like, I'm above this, like, this is stupid, guys, I'm not gonna show off.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, gets goaded into it, like, first of all, how dare you mess with Rarity? How dare you mess with Rarity's fashion sense? Because she has got, like, it going on. And for the record, she wasn't upset about being green. It was nasty green.
Yeah, but that unicorn also had the same color hair.
No! The unicorn had, like, a nice green hair. And then what Trixie did was, it was literally, like...
moss or whatever?
It was, like, that dirt
Yeah.
blue green.
Yeah, there were some sticks in it too, so it like almost looked like from a swamp almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was nasty.
I mean, thank God her magic is fashion-based, because she clearly fixed that herself.
Yeah. So I love the fact that Spike, this episode is like
The dragon, sorry, I blanked for a moment there.
Oh, yeah, no, sorry guys, it's been a while since we've recorded episodes, so names are gonna take a second for Sat and Stitch.
Because they were never there to begin with. I made notes, okay?
It's all good. Snips and Snails is just like, oh, the great and powerful Trixie. Snips and Snails, the two kids.
The crony kids?
The
one that's definitely Canadian, because he's like, oh, don't you know, eh?
Yeah.
I'm like, you're Canadian. I don't know if the other one is, but the taller one is definitely Canadian, and I'm like, I see you.
Oh yeah, Nuffy, don't you know? Oh yeah, off the rock. I love the fact that they're like, oh, the great and powerful Trixie, she did this cool thing, and Spike is like, do you have proof she did it? And don't get me wrong, this episode is literally Trixie lied, okay? Like, that's obvious, but to us, the audience, but the way Spike says it is like, so what you're telling me is that we can't believe anyone's story? If anyone tells you a story, we can't believe them?
Yeah, I found that a little special too, because, like, you should really be able to give someone, there's immediate trust that you give someone when you first meet them. And if you don't have that, then you're broken, because you can't trust anyone.
I get that you really like Twilight, and you think Twilight is the bomb because you grew up with Twilight, and Twilight quote-unquote raised you, and that's just a complicated whole thing. My brain can't even process that relationship. It's so weird.
Twilight raised him?
No, like, not raised, like, siblings, but, like, no, but yes.
Like an older sibling with a big gap between the ages?
Yeah, it's so weird, their whole family dynamic. But, like, I get that you, like, care about Twilight, but, like, he's, like, going hardcore, like, no, Twilight is the best, everyone else sucks, and this new person that showed up, she can just go jump off a cliff for all I care. It's like, whoa, Spike, calm down. Also, the fact that he's hardcore being like, I would love Rarity to, like, fall magically in love with me and my mustache, like, just...
That mustache was not doing him any favors.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't shaped right for his physique. Also, probably not the right color for him.
Yeah, no, black on
Green?
purple and green, no.
Yeah.
Like, if you had a green mustache,
Yeah.
I could get behind
Maybe
that.
like a dark green?
Like, the same accents as, like, your other scales.
Scales,
things.
yeah. Yeah. So, Snips and Stales are like, hey, obviously we can't believe someone's story, so we're gonna go out into the forest and find an Ursa Major. And they do that.
And it rampages. It takes a bite out of a house.
Oh my gosh! I didn't catch that the first time. I was like, wow, that's pretty extreme, guys.
I'm a cranky Ursa. I'm gonna eat this house. Oh, is it not gingerbread?
Oh no, I sad now. And so Twilight has to save the day, obviously, because that's how they're setting this up.
But doesn't want to literally save Ponyville because that would be showing off.
That would be boasting.
Like, how dare she save their lives and their livelihood, their property, their shops, their homes?
Mm-hmm.
How dare she stop them from being homeless? That would be showing off.
How dare. So, we find out Trixie is a liar. That's fair. So, I didn't catch this the first time. Twilight gets the water tower, and the water tower goes through the barn, and it fills up with milk. Cows are sentient. She just assaulted a bunch of sentient cows.
And, like, milked them when I'm assuming they're supposed to be sleeping because it's nighttime.
She assaulted a bunch of sentient beings! Oh my goodness! What just happened?
Ponyville has intoxicated her brain and made her as evil as the rest of them. They're pony villains.
I guess cows aren't first-class citizens. Like,
excuse me, pardon me, just need your milk.
And you're not allowed to come into Ponyville. You stay out of Ponyville. You stay in your barn, apparently. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
That is dark.
That is so dark. I didn't catch that the first time, and I have feelings, and I'm so uncomfortable.
And also, all of Ponyville is now without their water tower, which I feel like is kind of a crucial thing.
It's fine. It's fine. They'll build a new one, I guess.
And create a new reservoir of water, and in the meantime, I hope you're not in a drought.
And also, Twilight's apparently the best unicorn in town now. She's admitted to it.
Oh yeah, no. Now she's like, ugh, I hate this. I hate this so much.
I hate this too. Don't get me wrong. I feel the exact same way about this entire episode and this setup. Now that I can boast about it, I am now the best.
Like 0 to 100 with her.
Oh, it's so
and
gross.
Spike's like, yeah, you can admit it now. And she's kind of like, yeah, no, I am totally the best, and don't you forget it.
There's one thing about, like, admitting that you have talent and you're good at stuff, but the way they go at this episode, it's just like, you can't boast until you do something really cool and, like, save a town, and then you can be, like, all in. It's like, that's not...
No, literally at the end of that episode, I started writing vigorously in my notepad. I'm like, most talented in town? How about everyone has different talents in their own way, and nothing is more superior than another. It's just different, because different people have different talents, and that's okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it, is... I don't like how this episode was, scripted at all.
But no, I'm Magic Moonbutt, and I'm superior to you now, and also apparently your librarian and your lawmaker, because you guys clearly did something horrible by bringing an Ursa minor into town that destroyed a ton of property, and I'm deciding to just let you guys off, and the rest of Ponyville just has to be okay with that.
Yep. Also, Trixie ran off, and you're just like, oh, she'll learn her lesson. What lesson? What lesson is Trixie supposed to learn other than not to lie? Tell me, Satin Stitch. What lesson?
That she should have insurance on her carriage because now she's homeless?
Yeah. That line was so stupid.
Like, she needs to be confronted and, like, understand the consequence of her actions.
Yes, obviously.
And then, like, maybe actually make a friend instead of being driven away and having no other choice. Her livelihood is ruined.
Yeah, pretty much. So the thing that also frustrates me about this episode is later on in the show, we see other show ponies putting on performances. So
I bet they don't get run out of town.
No, because they have, like, Equestria has, like, the equivalent of, like, Las Vegas, and those ponies have, like, shows on a daily basis. So, like, Trixie basically is, like a
wandering version of that.
Yeah!
But we're also, I feel like they all blamed her for the entire incident, when all she did was, like, tell a lie. Which, okay, that's bad, but put on a show. And then these other two guys were like, yeah, but you're pony villains, so we're gonna just give you mustaches and ha 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 laugh it off.
Okay, so she told a wise tale. She told a story and put on a performance about the story. Yes, she shouldn't have done that. But it was Snips and Stales and Spike's influence. So the two kids were like, oh, well, if we get another one, she can just banish it. So it's literally those three kids who caused this issue.
And their punishment was mustaches.
Mustaches and...
that they all loved.
Yep. And everyone laughed. And now Trixie doesn't have a house.
And probably a few other ponies don't have houses or businesses, because it ate the roof!
Yep, it was a great episode. So, that was Ghostbusters.
Da-na-na-na-na.
Na-na-na-na.
Da-na-na-na-na.
Ghostbusters! I'm Springheart the Llama.
And I'm Satin Stitch, leaving you with these wise words from one of the cronies. Why do they call it a flea market?
What?
he's... Okay, so one of them is like, are you thinking what I'm thinking? And he's like, why do they call it a flea market when they don't sell fleas? And I'm like, why do they call it a flea market, Canadian boy?
Oh, I don't know. We'll see you next time, guys.